Jesus speaks. If you're here, you're meant to hear this message. We opened a portal live on TikTok called The Looking Glass. This is an alchemical art technique of covering a piece of paper with charcoal and allowing spirit or deceased loved ones to speak to us through symbology. This piece that we created for Crystal brought forward the energy and the face and the lion of Christ. Christ is the lion. Christ is the fire and the sun. And the Christ is coming forward to say that he is the second coming of the sun, and the second coming of the sun awakens within you. So Crystal is around 12 o'clock, and the energy of Christ is moving her hands and using a pendulum with her other hand, not by her own will, but by the Christ within her that moves her and gives her power. Jesus Christ equals 11, and the sun flips every 11 years. The number of the sun is 111. So Jesus is saying he has returned within us collectively, and this is the flaming golden crown to the golden age of Aquarius. This is the lion, this is the dog, this is the dragon, mending broken hearts. So what Christ is saying is that it's not that we have power. It's the Christ that has awoken within you that gives you that power. So it's almost as if God has been asleep within us. Jesus Christ, power has been asleep within us. We are 75% water. So when this flame ignites us, the Christ that walks on water dominates us and uses our body for a gift, and we begin to have a gift, and we use this gift not for ourselves, not for self-importance, not for self-worship, but in obedience to the dog, the divine order of God, which is God spelled backwards. It requires that we become nothing and then we become everything. It requires that we listen to the voice of spirit, and it requires that we forgive our past and we come to balance with our beliefs and not be polarized by ideals of dogmas or separations. So the face of Christ is sharing the lion, and on his eye is JC, and the J is spelled backwards. And this reflects that when we bounce from being dead or asleep or ignorant to being alive, ignited by the fire or the flame of that higher self, we actually bounce to a mirror world, because if you put that JC in a mirror, it actually comes into the JC that we recognize. So greater is spirit within us than we are in the world. And if God is for you, who can be against you? So when this flame is ignited, we are no longer ourselves. We are half water, half fire, half flesh, half spirit. So when we step into our gift, we must understand that it's the Christ alive within us which moves us and moves the world and creates miraculous things. So Christ is back. I knew Christ came back in 2001 with the two towers looking like the number 11. 911 is 9 plus 1 plus 1 equals 11. Many of us began seeing this 1111. This reflects that the sun has flipped. And since it flips every 11 years, something was ignited and awoken in us. The twin towers were on fire, the number 11 on fire, your twin flame, your higher self that is a flame. And we died. We died of who we were. And the twin towers is right next to a body of water, the flame that walks on water. So Crystal, you are not looking at the world. You are closing your eyes and allowing the energy of Christ within you to do wonderful things in this world. Just trust that fire energy within you. You have the lion above your head. You have two angels above your head. There's also a soldier that is in reverence for your ascension. And the rose is an alchemical symbol of transforming into the perfect rose, transforming our soul from lead to gold, and from the moon to the sun of God. Now let's look at your past. Here you are at 11 o'clock. Number 11 again. And you have the number 10 on your head and you're asleep. Being a number 10 is being unaware that we are half flesh, half spirit. The 0 means that we are ignorant and we do not have that flame with us. When we turn into the number 11, we awaken and ignite our other half, which is the flame. So you were in your moon energy. There's the crescent moon. There's a moon with a bat in it. And there's an energy in your life that was destructive. And this fire underneath a tree that's been cut down makes the all-seeing eye. And the water is a symbol that you went through a time of pain and suffering, because this flame is painful. Because if we are not healed of our generational curses or our internal emotional or belief systems, this flame will reveal all untruths. And so the mask comes off, and next to your face around 12 o'clock is a mirror. So you're closing your eyes to the mirror of who you really are, because for a long time, all of us were asleep and ignorant to the number 10, and that we were actually only half of ourselves. We were asleep. The eaten apple at 5 o'clock and the female in the Little Red Riding Hood eating an apple at 1 o'clock is reflective of painful awakenings. Isaac Newton was hit in the head with the apple. Dorothy Gale was slapped in the hand with the apple tree. Adam and Eve suffered great pain from the apple. So the pain of the apple is the 7 wounds of Christ. And these are the 7 chakras that open or break open, kind of like the 7 Horcruxes on Harry Potter. It is painful. It's painful because we don't realize the pain that's within us. It's deep, and the programming that we were born in is deep. And in order to heal it, we have to go through a process. And this process will reveal in front of our face what we haven't healed, and they will often come to us as human beings, narcissistic human beings. And besides that, the moon is dominated by reptilian narcissistic individuals, and in order to bounce away from that false world, we have to step into truth, which is awakening the Christ or the God within us, that flame. The letter Z reflects being asleep. Now, the grandmother is protecting your daughter, your children at this time. She's holding a golden crown and a heart and a spiral. This means that we have been under a spell. We are awakening through the heart chakra, and we are being given the opportunity to have the crown of glory. Now, it does say in the Bible that there is a chance that someone can steal your crown. There's a phoenix next to you as well. This phoenix is that flame again. It's a rebirth. And you went through a rebirth. And Enlil is over there with your memory card. I don't know if we have a memory card. I don't know if it's nanotechnology. I always see Enlil with a memory card bouncing our consciousness from the moon to the sun. It's not a bad thing. The awakening is painful, yes, but once we step into our power, we are no longer ourselves. So we kind of have a funeral for our old self, and we envision and invite a new kingdom, a new self. We stand tall, we become powerful, and we do what must be done, or we do what Spirit tells us to do. Around 12 o'clock, you are being given a crown by a saint-looking individual. You are being given the heart, and you are being given the number 11. This is your graduation from the moon to the sun. And so all you have to do is have faith, fill your body and energy with joy, and have a flame within you. It might be really good to anoint yourself with an anointing oil, or find someone who is an anointer, a protector, and really ignite that fire and flame within you. And I'm not talking about religion. Religion makes you focus outside of self, and Christ is very strongly telling us the Christ energy is within your cells. Your cell is a prison cell, and God was asleep within us, kind of like Harry Potter unlocked his God and Father out of Azkaban, a prison planet where he was in that prison for 12 years. This reflects 12 disciples, 12 hours, 12 months, and 12 zodiac signs. I will also say that some children that you're saving are hybrids, and there's something also about the bird and the holy dove and the letter Y. This is following truth. The letter Y reflects truth. So when it is in divine timing, you will begin doing automatic writing or a looking glass art, you will be using a pendulum, you will be using perhaps tarot cards, but you will be helping people come to life and bring them from a place of ignorance, being asleep, to the Star of David, which is the protection, the flame, the fire, the lion, the Christ, the rose, and you are a shield. You will help to shield those who are just awakening from the number 10 to the number 11. We become powerful at the number 12, and the number 13 is the master. Don't give up. You're not alone. We love you, Crystal.